Hello everyone, Kumiko and Mr. Kenro are back again. Today, we are going to talk about what is the most impressive moment to Mr. Kenro.
Well, I think one of the moments I was in Cambodia to photograph Angkor Wat monuments. Back then, it was 1993. That still Pol Pot was fighting against the government, and UN force was stationed in Cambodia. So it's still kind of wartime. But when I was in Angkor Wat, I didn't see anybody. Very quiet, and it's hard to imagine today. But Angkor Wat, I was the only person in there with my camera, and I was walking around freely because there was nobody to control where I can see or photograph. Today is totally different situation. You even can't use a tripod in the site. But I was free. And when I was wandering around in ruined temples, suddenly I was striking with something is around there. So I looked, nobody. But I sensed somebody was there. I didn't think anything like a bandit or anybody harming me, because the sense is I feel very warm. So very nice warm vibrations, and I get the permission to visit. Then I saw the girl was on a bed, no IVs, no doctors around, but the father was attending. And I asked him what happened, why she's unconscious. Then I realized he came from a remote village, but he didn't have any money when he arrived at the hospital. And he wished he had $2 to pay to doctors, and doctor would treat my daughters, but they didn't. So I was trying to help, but the moment she passed away, she died. She was unconscious, but she died. This is the first time I ever encountered somebody died in front of my eyes. And I was so sad, but also angry that there were doctors and nurses looking at us, but not doing anything. I thought, I just can't continue to do this again. I thought about the incident both in Angkor Wat and then at the hospital. So I decided to do my own charity, and by photograph I take it in Cambodia, because by the time I start to have a good amount of photograph from my 14x20 platinum prints, and then I become known enough for my work. So I knew if I exhibit it, then people come to buy my print. So I pledged to myself, I'm going to build a hospital selling my Angkor pictures, because what I took from Angkor, it should return to the Angkor. So that was the idea. And it's not exactly photography memory, but I think my turning point of my life. So my photograph now I'm taking is, I think, based on my philosophy that I started back then. If a success means that you are famous or you have more money, maybe he's right. But to me, success is I feel much more peaceful that I am, that knowing that I'm not doing the photography just for myself or my success. So I learned about the sharing my happiness, a little bit of happiness with others. And so when I heard in a Cambodia hospital that I founded. Now, over the years, more than 2 million children have been taken care. That is to me the happiness.
Undoubtedly, it is very sad to send the harm that happened to innocent children or people. Due to the situation, it motivates people to have the drive to change the world. People are happy that improvement when they heard that the hospital built by Mr. Kenro has been saving many lives, especially for those rescued children. In addition to sharing his love with his family, Mr. Kenro has been helping for who are in need. Therefore, the photograph on Anchor was not only a memory, but also is the power to change the situation. I am touched by Mr. Kenro's sharing. The context of that episode next time will be what is the difference between digital printing and platinum printing for Mr. Kenro. See you next time.